What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of my player career mode. This is episode number 43, and we start today's episode off with a bit of a sad news article. Doc's not performing to expectations, and by the basis of these targets, you'd have to say that's true. You know, we start this episode off with a bit of a sad note. I'm getting a little bit of criticism from the manager, as you would have seen in the news article there. He did have something to say, and I'm not matching the targets, which, you know, I used to batter every single time I got a target. I'd usually destroy the targets, but yeah, it's been a little bit of I don't know what to say really. It's not been a bad start, but it's not necessarily been a good start to our career here at Juventus. We've had some good games, we've also had some really poor ones, but even so, we take on Galatasaray for the first game of today's episode in our third Champions League group stage game here. Currently, we've won our opening two games. We're looking to make it 3 out of 3, and surely, really, put the cat amongst the pigeons and show the other three teams that we should be qualifying as group winners here. We take on Galatasaray. They've got some great players, including Schneider and Felipe Melo, and the first chance this game would fall to Galatasaray in the 7th minute, sorry, as Wesley Schneider goes on the right hand side, crosses the ball in, and in the centre it was Nan who struck it, but thankfully for us he couldn't get it on target and puts it harmlessly wide for a goal kick. And in the 14th minute, Javi Martinez collects the ball and finds Pogba. Pogba finds me. I'm running clear, but I guess that criticism's in the back of my mind, because 9 times out of 10 I'm finishing that chance easily, but instead I'm putting that shot wide and out for a goal kick. That was a really poor finish, and I guess just a sign that clearly I'm not playing as well as you know, I'd like to be, really. But in the 24th minute, we get on the right hand side here, nice couple of skill moves. We go down the right hand side, the number 8, he's not going to catch me. I've got the pace, I'm going to keep on going. I swing it across, I pick out my man in the centre, and it is Vukanic who heads it in and finds the back of the net. Juventus 1, Galatasaray 0, and you know, sure, I'm not scoring as many goals as I'd like to, and you guys would like me to, but even so, I'm still chiming in with a few assists here and there. That's a good one, and it's Juventus 1, Galatasaray 0, and you know, again, it may be quite a routine goal for us, but it's a goal regardless, and Vukanic scores it. So Juventus 1, Galatasaray 0. In the 58th minute, you saw Buffon make a really good save, and in the 62nd minute, Berardi struck this volley, but it went harmlessly over the bar and out for a goal kick. And then in the 82nd minute, we had a goal kick. Buffon gives it to Chiellini. Eventually, Javi Martinez plays it out wide towards De Chegli. De Chegli finds me. I stop the ball with a fake Rabona here. I lose the ball, but it comes to Javi Martinez. Martinez then plays it back towards De Chegli down the left-hand side. He gives it to me. My stamina's tiring a little bit, so I thought I'm not going to run in myself. I'll play it forward towards Paul Pogba. He can shoot, but unfortunately, the French midfielder's shot is well dealt with by the goalkeeper, and the game does finish Juventus 1, Galatasaray 0. So not the most exciting of games, not the best in terms of entertainment, but what's the most important thing? Juventus got the win. And of course, as I said before, you know, sometimes we may not play flashy football, we may not score amazing goals, we may not score more goals than just the one, but hey, we get a win, and that's the most important thing. A 7.6 rating for me. I didn't have a single shot on target. I got the assist for the goal, but I didn't play amazingly well. And you know, again, that criticism I got at the start of the episode, I'd have to say it's probably justified, you know, because sure, you know, 13 games in, I've scored 9 goals and 7 assists, and you're probably sitting there thinking, you're being a little bit harsher on yourself, don't you think? That's an amazing record. But to be honest, when you consider the fact player career mode, everything seems to go through you, you'd probably expect to do a little bit better, and you know, at least score a couple more goals as the main striker. You know, with Tevez now injured, you know, the players should be looking to me to bang in the goals, not get the assists. But again, it's just one of those awkward things for me, being that type of selfless player who prefers to get the assists. It just makes me kind of awkward knowing when I put these videos out on YouTube, I'm worried that you guys are going to be frustrated knowing I'm passing the ball a bit more and getting the assists as opposed to getting the goals. But anyway, won the game by a goal to 0, and we then take on Bologna in the second game with their very, very odd formation, and we take them on here, and the first chance the game would fall in the 29th minute as they play the ball from right to left. Eventually a shot is taken, but Nicola Leali, deputising for Buffon, makes a really good save there. It was a powerfully struck effort, and I think it would have clipped the underside of the bar and gone in, but Leali sticks out a big right arm and tips it over the bar. And in the 44th minute, another good chance for the away side. Della Rocca gets on the ball down the left hand side, plays that wide towards Albero. He ends up swinging it across towards the centre, and Paponi goes for it, but Leali tips it up in the air. Eventually Garrix plays it inside, and Paponi strikes it, but it goes wide and out for a goal kick. So still scoreless, but the chances in the first half, only only two of them, but they both fell to Bologna, and we weren't really playing well. So in the second half, the manager wanted us to go out there and show him what we could do. And in the 60th minute, Quagliarella gets on the ball down the right hand side, gives it to Lichtsteiner. Lichtsteiner finds Pogba. I'm in the centre, I'm drifting out of the area a little bit, just waiting to see whether it should come short or not. But as Lichtsteiner goes down the right hand side, I asked for the cross in the centre eventually, as the man gets on the ball and plays it back to Lichtsteiner, who crossed the ball in. You see me there, call for the ball, I want it in the area, I get it in the area, and I put it in the back of the net. So again, you know, when I'm selfish, I can score goals. When I'm selfless, I can create goals, and that was a case of me being selfish there. I call for the ball, which I don't usually do. I get it, and I make it Juventus 1, Bologna 0. So 1-0 with basically our first chance of the game. And again, the following chance would come to the away side, who were playing much better than us. And Aquafresca gets on the ball here and plays it inside. Kone plays it back to him, he shoots, but thankfully Liali makes a really good save, and we get the ball away, and it's still 1-0. And in the 90th minute, they come through again here. They play the ball over the top towards Aquafresca down the left-hand side. He crosses the ball in, and the header goes wide of the post and out for a goal kick. And the game finishes Juventus 1, Bologna 0. So we got the win, and we genuinely had 1, 2, possibly 3 chances at the most. Only one worth putting in the highlights, and that was my goal. And the other chances all fell to Bologna, who played so much better than us. And they must have left this ground kicking themselves, because they deserved 3 points, let alone the 1. Instead, they left with nothing. And my goal separated the two sides. I only got a 6.8 rating, and I thought that was quite harsh actually. As you see by the stats, 94% pass accuracy. I had 1 shot, I got 1 goal from it as well, and I thought that was actually quite harsh to only get a 6.8 for that game, because I was the only one that really turned up. But still, we won the game by a goal to 0. It's 2 1-0s in a row, and yeah, we're just about scraping through in these games. And the following game was going to be against Fiorentina here, away from home. And as you'll see by the league table, this is a battle of first versus second, the two teams at the top battling each other in an opening 6-pointer clash, if you will. Certainly a big game early on in the season as we take on Fiorentina away from home. And as you can see by the league table, there's only 2 points separating us here, as Fiorentina lead the way with 23. We're in second with 21 points. So if we win this game, we go top of the table. But Fiorentina do have some very good players, such as Aquilani and Savic, who I mistakenly said was a Bordeaux player earlier on in this season, Quadrado and Giuseppe Rossi. So some very good players. And the first chance of the game would fall in the 12th minute here, as the shot was taken, but thankfully for us it's a good save by Buffon and it's cleared away. So still scoreless, but Fiorentina are in the first chance of the game. But as we get the ball away, again it's Fiorentina who come forward here. They play the ball through the centre. Eventually it comes to Rossi, he plays it back towards his man, he strikes him just outside the area, but again Buffon makes a really good save and keeps it at 0-0. So, you know, just like the Bologna game, you know, it was Fiorentina who started brightly, and it was the opposition who looked more threatening early on. And from the corner we get the ball away, but it's not dealt with very well. Giuseppe Rossi backheels the ball. Eventually it's played forward towards the man down the left-hand side, which is Quadrado. Quadrado strikes it, but thankfully he puts it wide. It goes out for a goal kick, and it is still scoreless. But Fiorentina looking very menacing early on, and in the 35th minute they played the ball out wide towards Quadrado. Quadrado plays it back in towards Giuseppe Rossi, who shoots, but he puts the ball just wide and out for a goal kick. And again, all the pressure was coming to the opposition, which is why in the second half, again, the manager wanted us to go out there and show him what we could do, try and respond. And as Pogba gets on the ball down the left hand side, he gives it to me. I get onto the ball, fake shot round my man. It comes to Javi Martinez. Martinez finds Pogba. I'm in the centre once again. Is it going to be the same result as the ball eventually comes into the box? Well, it doesn't go to me, it goes to the far post, but unfortunately the header by Asamoah, I think it was, goes over the bar and out for a goal kick. So still scoreless. But the first half, all the pressure came from Fiorentina. In the second half, all the pressure came from us. And in the 73rd minute, as Asamoah gets on the ball here, he plays me down the right hand side. As I beat Rodriguez, no one's going to catch me down the right hand side. I got a clear path towards that near post. Just like the Galatasaray game, I swing it across, I pick out this time Marchisio. Marchisio heads it in. It's Fiorentina 0, Juventus 1, and just like the Galatasaray game, I may not get the goal, but I get the assist, and we're 1-0 up, and surely we are going to be claiming the win once again, as my pro just decides to run around like a headless chicken. So we're 1-0 up here late on in this game. And the last chances would fall in stoppage time. We had a free kick here. Pogba struck it, but it was quite a simple save for Neto. And Neto ends up catching the ball, and eventually will kick the ball forward here. The header is eventually won, and it comes towards Pogba. Pogba backheels it towards Berardi. He plays me through. I'm all alone here. I've got all the space in the world. I get past my man with a double step over and strike it, but it hits the post. Fiorentina eventually clear the ball as Neto wins it, and the game does finish Fiorentina 0, Juventus 1. So, you know, all three 3 games unconvincing, no doubt about that. All 3 games we probably played worse than our opponents, but to be honest, you know, I got the assist for 2 goals. I got the only goal of the game in the last game. We won all 3 games by a goal to nil. It may not be flashy, it may not be unbelievably convincing, but we're grinding right now. We're getting a result, and that's the main thing. And as always, guys, a big thank you for watching the video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed the episode, please leave a like, because it's much appreciated and it really does help my channel out. And I'll see you for the next episode of my player career mode very soon.